things that, when come district time, if you come out of your district, you're still one of the better teams in the state. No matter what your district looks like, you're one of the top 16 teams left, and they start playing like it seems like. They start believing that.
Crystal City's going to return the football to begin things, and the kick's going to go out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Had a wicked curve on that one, kind of a short line drive kick that scooted out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Got out of bounds in a hurry, too. So Crystal's going to get good field position. The ball will be moved up to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Hornets will begin things.
Without Demetrius Terry out there for the first series, looks like.
And again, a bit of a shoulder issue. He may play sparingly tonight in this game. Obviously, the Hornets will try to see what they can do using a lot of DJ Sullivan and Josh Harnett, which is not a bad deal at all.
No, not at all.
Harnett is the deep man in the I formation. Sullivan in at fullback. DeFries takes the snap, gives it to Harnett running right side, picks up a couple of yards, gets across the 35, the line of scrimmage, to the 37. Pickup of about 2 yards. North there on the tackle for St. Pius. St. Pius changing up their uniforms this year too, all navy blue with the gold and white lettering. And the St. Pius X, just the X on their helmets. It's kind of cool.
Looking like the new Rams look a little bit with all blue.
Second down, here's the handoff to Harnett. He has some room up the middle, and he's run down from behind. A good tackle there. I think that was North that maybe got it again.
Yeah, it looked like Robert North and P.J. Linder there. And North already making his presence known since he's been off a couple weeks with injury. And they said he may just play some defense tonight, but already he's making a difference for this Lancer team.
They're down in about 7 as we see the mascot come in. Here's the handoff to Sullivan. He's got the first down plus more. Brought down at the 49-yard line. He's going to pick up about 8 yards and a first down as the Hornets convert on 3rd and short. And the ball just shy of midfield as Crystal City continues it.
And he took a shot there at the end of that run. Somebody made a little exclamation point, letting DJ Sullivan know he's going to be there tonight.
1st and 10, Crystal City. A little over a minute into the football game. Hornets on their own 49. I formation for the Hornets. Handoff on a counter, and hit in the backfield, dropped is Josh Harnett, and that was P.J. Linderer bringing him down to the backfield. It's a loss of 2. Bringing up 2nd down and 12. Counter play by Crystal. Doesn't work as St. Pius is able to get penetration and bring Harnett down to the backfield.
And that is a play that Crystal City does like to use, and it does have a little different look with Josh Harnett than it does with Demetrius Terry. Demetrius Terry does have a little bit of a little bit quicker first 2 or 3 steps than Josh Harnett.
2nd down. Here's the pitch to Harnett running right side. Skips it back up the middle, trying to follow Sullivan's block. He's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. He might get the yardage back that he lost on the prior carry, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. 3rd and about 10 coming up here for the Hornets.
Look like P.J. Linder again, and that's what this.
It's been him or North.
Yes, that's what Lancers have to have. They have to put the Hornets in 3rd and long, and then hold on 3rd and long. They want to force the Hornets to put the ball up in the air where the Hornets have been struggling this year. And St. Pius, again, they have played some tough teams this year, and some of the teams they played have liked to put it in the air. So they're used to teams that pass, and so they're okay in this kind of situation, 3rd and long.
3 receivers off to the near side, and DeFries is going to run option, hit in the backfield. There come the flags, and he is hit in the backfield and dropped. But there might have been what appeared to be a face mask, as flags came in from everywhere. I think everybody on the field tossed a flag. We'll see about the penalty. It's going to be against St. Pius.
Yeah, that was a violent face mask.
Yeah.
That turned him all the way around, and he didn't let go. He held on to it, which made it even worse. And that I'm sure he didn't mean to get up there first of all, but then you got to let go, which he didn't do. And that right there, 3rd and 8. Chris looked like they're going to run the ball. The quarterback keep there, and Pius helps bail him out there.
So after the penalty, it's 1st and 10, Crystal City on the St. Pius 37. Hornets go back to the I formation. Handoff. 2nd man through the pile. A couple of yards there picked up by the new ball carrier. I don't believe that was Sullivan. Or was it? It was DJ Sullivan. He was lined up as a tailback that time. And he got a couple of yards. In fact, he got about 6. 2nd and 4 coming up.
You know, and we could see that tonight, running behind Zach Nicholas or a Matt Kemp. Because Matt Kemp, number 33, does run some fullback.
Yep.
So they could easily put DJ Sullivan in the tailback. They had been running that Maryland Eye there for a few weeks where they had 3 backs there, running 2 fullbacks and a tailback.
Yeah, they're going with Nicholas as the fullback as Sullivan's back in there. He gets the carry, running right side, escapes one tackler, trying to get to the corner, still on his feet, and looks to be run out of bounds on the far sideline, right at the 25-yard line. It'll be a first down run for DJ Sullivan. And the Hornets move the chains yet again on this opening drive. They've already eaten up almost 4 minutes on the clock, and the drive continues.
Yeah, their number 75, Phil Kloss, had a chance at the line of scrimmage to bring down DJ Sullivan, but DJ Sullivan was just a little bit too strong there.
1st and 10, just inside the 25-yard line are the Hornets on offense. They go back to the eye, 2 wide receivers. DeFries hands off up the middle. Fullback gets the carry. And it's Sullivan who came back to the fullback spot. He goes up the middle for a couple. He gets up to the 21-yard line to pick up about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Hornets really trying to mix it up a little bit, bringing guys in and out in the backfield. Harned, Sullivan, we see Nicholas in there at fullback. We're going back to Harned now. He lines up as the tailback again. DeFries. The counter play, giving it to Harned. Got some room coming to the near side, cuts it back in. Going to be brought down at the 13-yard line. Good run for Harned. That'll be a first down carry for Josh Harned. And the Hornets move the chains yet again. Good second effort by Harned. And St. Pius, we've seen it now a couple times, not wrapping up very well.
And again, brought down by 45, PJ Linder, and 46, Robert North.
Yards after contact for Crystal City's been fairly good so far.
Yes. Another little counter play there. Crystal using some misdirection, getting the Lancers to flow one way and cutting it back the other. Nice job by the Hornets here.
We go back to Sullivan as the tailback, as DeFries. We'll give it to him. Running left side, off tackle, brings it inside the 10-yard line. Sullivan's going to pick up about 3. It'll be 2nd down and about 7 coming up. Just inside the 10-yard line are the Hornets. Sullivan and Harned have been the workhorses so far.
And again, this drive kept alive by a personal foul face mask.
Yes.
And on 3rd and long for the Hornets as they continue to drive this ball down the field.
Under center is DeFries. Hands off right side. Sullivan cuts it back in. Great block from Nicholas. He brings it down near the 5-yard line. He's a little bit shy of the 5. Not quite a first down. He's still a yard or 2 away from the first. That's a pickup of about 3 more. It'll bring up 3rd and about 3.
Once again, P.J. Linder in there on the tackle. And these Hornet running backs have been running hard, but they are taking some shots at the end by Robert North and P.J. Linder. There is some hitting going on there in this first drive.
Hornets bunch it up. Power formation now, 3 backs. And they give it left side to Harned. He's going to run in almost untouched for the touchdown. Josh Harned gets the first score of the ball game. Following lead blockers had a lot of room up that left side.
Yeah, they just had 2 fullbacks on the left side here. They went right over the tackle. Josh Harned cuts it off at the end, almost untouched into the end zone.
So Harned puts Crystal City on the board on their first drive of the ball game. They attempt the extra point. There's a flag thrown as the kick has plenty of distance. It's good. The flag comes in. Let's see if they'll wave it off. Maybe it's on the defense. Referees call the official timeout, and it's going to be against the Hornets, so they may have to force them to kick this again.
I think it might be against the Lancers, actually, because they're walking to the Hornets to see what they want to do.
Ah, okay.
And one of the officials looked like they was explaining something to Robert North, and Robert North wasn't too happy to hear it. So if it moves it up, they may actually try to go for 2 instead of 1 here if they can move the ball up another yard or so.
65-yard drive by Crystal City, resulting in a 9-yard touchdown run by Josh Harnan.
Looked like they called rain into the kicker, and looks like Crystal may have declined it.
They're going to just leave it the way it is. 7-0, Crystal City on top. We take a break. We're back in 30 seconds here on KJF. Crystal City getting set to kick off to the St. Pius Lancers, leading 7-0. Nice long sustained drive by Crystal City, lasted over 6 minutes, about 6.5 minutes.
And they get the kick from the St. Pius 45 because of that rain into the kicker penalty.
Wow. This could be an easy attempt here to force the Lancers to begin at their own 20. So after the penalty, the kick is going to go towards the end zone and through it, out, and touchback. St. Pius will start at 1st and 10 on their own at 20-yard line. This will be their first offensive drive of the evening. This will be interesting to see how Vicarella gets things going for this team. Vicarella in a quarterback, and PJ Linderer will be in the backfield along with him. And also Manmangan, Edsel Manmangan will be out there quite a bit as well. In fact, he's the one joining Vicarella in the backfield. 4 receivers set. Vicarella takes the snap, and he hands it off up the middle. Manmangan has got some room to the near side, tripped up at the 35, falls forward to the 37. 17-yard pickup by Manmangan. And St. Pius moves the chains in their very first offensive play.
Going no huddle here. Putting the pressure on the Hornets to get their defense called quickly.
And out of the snap again. Here's another handoff. He's hit in the backfield as Manmangan. He escapes one tackler, moves up to the 40 before he's dropped down. Got forward to the 41-yard line. That's about a 4-yard pickup. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
So far they've spread them out here, going shotgun and just two delayed handoffs. But look for that ball to be hitting the air here pretty soon as they make the call from the side. Everyone checks their wristbands, and they go.
Rolling out to the left is Vicarella. He's going to throw it in the flat. He's got a man open. Linderer down the left sideline, run out of bounds, past the 50 into Crystal City territory. First down, St. Pius. Looks like they'll mark him out at the 45 on the Hornets side.
Yeah, nice, just a nice little quick rollout there by Vicarella. Roll out to his left. Nice quick pass there to, was that number 45? Was that PJ Linderer there?
PJ Linderer, yeah.
Nice reception by him. Just, nothing too dangerous. Just roll out, a 2 or 3 yard pass. Let him run the next 10 or 12. Very safe, but productive pass there.
Manmangan gets the carry running left tackle, forced out of bounds, just shy of the 40. And that'll be a pickup of about 3. Looks like they mark him out at the 42. St. Pius didn't take them long to get into Crystal City territory. Just over a minute of clock time, they already are in the Hornets side of the field.
Right now that the Crystal City is in a 3-4 defense. Looks like a 3-4 cover 2.
It's almost a 3-5.
Right.
And back to pass as Vicarella is going to bring it to the near side. He's got Morlock open. Brought down inside the 35-yard line. Make it the 33, and that'll be a first down as Morlock makes the catch. Paul Morlock, wide receiver.
That's just a nice little...
just a little curl.
Just a nice little 5-yard curl there. Cut it back in. Nice open field tackle with number 8, Josh Harned. But again, the Lancers just run a nice little safe, little passing game that time. Crystal City blitzed DJ Sullivan there. And Vicarella threw around DJ Sullivan on the blitz. And that's exactly where they threw to.
They're going to bring Kennedy in motion to the far side, and a flag comes in. And delay a game against St. Pius. They took too long. That'll march them back 5 yards. 3:26 to go in the first quarter. Crystal City leading 7-0 over St. Pius. Lancers are moving the ball down the field very effectively. See if this penalty is going to tarnish this drive a little.
Well, St. Pius has 2 or 3 or 4 players here holding up cards, and the cards are too far away, and Viccarella couldn't see it, so they're moving the kids up with the cards. And so again, they hold it up here, 3 guys, and they don't know which one they're calling. Only St. Pius does.
Out of the shotgun, Viccarella backs it up 5 yards, has a man open, overshot him, trying to get it to Morlock. He's just doing a little crossing pattern, and he could have had quite a bit of room if he had hauled that one in.
That time they got a little pressure on him. Number 20, Ben Schweiss, and 74, Richard Krasnoff came in there. And, you know, you can see Crystal City there. You're only playing 3-man line, but so far they've been wanting to blitz, though, too. Just picking and choosing different linebackers to come at different times. Here they're going to go with looks like a 6-man front.
And by him, lonesome in the backfield is Viccarella. He's trying to get to the left side. Can't escape. He's brought down. 67 on the tackle.
Oh, Bud Bingham.
Bud Bingham brings him down for a sack. Well, I don't know if you call it a sack because he was kind of rolling out, kind of a designed quarterback run. But nonetheless, a big loss. It's 3rd and long here, 3rd and about 18.
Yeah, that time Chris City had 6 guys on the defensive line, and Pius only had 5 blocking, so you knew somebody's going to come free. So Viccarella takes off, and good contain there by Bud Bingham from his right defensive end spot.
So it's 3rd and about, making about 20, close to 20 yards now. Out of the shotgun is Viccarella. Rolls back, under pressure, throws in the flat, gives it to Magnagon. He brings it up inside the 35 before he's dropped. It's still going to bring up a 4th down and long. Magnagon picked up quite a few yards on that play.
Looked like about 12 there on the pickup. It's still going to be 8 yards short here.
4th and 8, yeah. And they're going to be going for it. I guess they're deep enough in the Hornets territory where they're just going to go ahead and go for it. Out of the shotgun, Viccarella. Rolls out, looks to the left side, then back over the middle. He's got a man open. It's Morlock. He's got room down the left side to the 10-yard line, pushed out of bounds. It's going to be 1st and goal for St. Pius as Morlock makes the grab. Inside the 10-yard line, the Lancers convert on 4th and 8.
That was a 23-yard pass play. Nice connection from Viccarella to Morlock. Again, another crossing route that Matt Kemp was chasing Morlock, was right with him, but a great throw by Viccarella to lead Morlock into his route, which then Morlock could explode and pull away from Matt Kemp.
1st and goal, and St. Pius calls a timeout. We'll take a break as well. St. Pius has it 1st and goal, down 7-0 to Crystal City. We're back in 1 minute on KJFF. First down and goal, and here's the handoff to Manmangon off the right tackle. Brings it inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal, and the ball appears to be, looks to be around the 3-yard line.
It looked like P.J. Linder got the carry there, Ryan, for the first time this game. For a 7-yard gain there.
2nd down and goal. Linderer again off the right up the middle. Following tacklers, touchdown. St. Pius. Linderer gets in for the score. And St. Pius is able to score on their first possession of the game.
St. Pius Lancers there got a good push off the line there. And P.J. Linder's a nice, strong runner. Ran right behind the line, just pushed over the Hornets there. Nice opening drive of the St. Pius Lancers. Good mixing of run and pass.
Here's the extra point attempt, and it has plenty of distance. Skips through, it's good. And we are tied at 7 with 1:12 to play in the first. We're back in 60 seconds on KJFF. We've got a ball game so far in this one, 1:12 to go in the first quarter. Tied up at 7. Kick right down the middle of the field, taken by Josh Harned near the 10-yard line, running it up the middle, and brought down at the 30. Good return by Harned. Only had 1 or 2 guys to beat. He could have been gone.
Yeah, brought down there by Zach Nickman, and looked like number the 28, Scott Redker.
Scott Redker.
I think that's who it was there. But again, you have St. Pius' strength passing the ball, going against the Crystal City defensive weakness of their coverage. And right now we're seeing the speed of the receivers getting on the Crystal City linebackers. And for linebackers, Crystal City has pretty good speed right now, not matching up well with the St. Pius receivers.
Handoff up the middle. Not much there for the ball carrier. Sullivan will pick up about 2. Second down and a long 8. "7-7 is our score here in the waning moments of the first quarter. Down to about 42 seconds and counting. Hornets go back to the I. DeFreeze under center. Takes a snap and the counter play, giving it to Harden, running right tackle, and he's brought down. Last man that could have brought him down does so, but he gets up to the 40-yard line, past that. Mark him down at the 42. First down run by Josh Harden.
Right there, Josh Harden is showing some really good speed right there. It didn't look like much was there, and all of a sudden he just broke out, and it looked like 45. PJ Linder had a read on him, and Josh Harden just ran away from him there.
Harned remains at the tailback spot. DeFreeze under center. Gives to Harned again. Following his lead blocker, Sullivan. Escapes, cuts it back up the middle, across the 45. Brought down at the 47. About a 5-yard pickup by Harned. Second down and 5.
And again, St. Pius really didn't show any sign of stopping Chris City on their first drive. And right in that second drive, again, struggling to stop the run.
And we're going to get a timeout. No, sorry about that. It's the end of the quarter. 7-7. St. Pius and Crystal City are tied up at the end of the first. We're back in 1 minute here on 1400 KJFF. DJ Sullivan gets the carry in the first play to start the second quarter, and Sullivan brings it across the 50-yard line and brought down in St. Pius territory at the 44. First down for Crystal after that one.
Nice little 10-yard run there, just a fullback dive, but good job by Ian DeFreeze carrying out the fake, which led some defenders there going after Josh Harned.
DeFreeze under center again. This time it's Harned, following Sullivan, right tackle, has some room, gets across the 40, brought down hard by Phil Claus, but not before another solid game by Harned. Appears to be down at the 38-yard line. Pickup of 5, second and 5 up for Crystal City.
That time, nice tackle by Phil Claus, slamming Josh Harned down on the ground, but Harned just pops right back up, doesn't say anything, doesn't do any looks, just right back to the huddle, just like you like to see here in high school football.
Tied up at 7 here at St. Pius. DeFreeze hands off to Sullivan. Up the middle and near the 35. Not quite a first down. He's going to be a few yards shy of that, but he carried some tacklers with him.
So far, the Hornets have rushed the ball 19 times in this game. 9 going to Josh Harned, 9 going to DJ Sullivan, and the 1 carried by by Ian DeFreeze, which was actually a penalty on face mask that kept that first drive going for the Hornets. So far they're trying to spread the carries out between the two.
And they've done a good job of that without question. Here's a bunch formation again on 3rd and 2. Saw this when Crystal City was down near the goal line. It's Harned running left side, carrying tacklers along as he brings it inside the 30. That'll be a first down and plus a lot more. And And the first down yardage by Sullivan. The ball marked down at the 29-yard line. So Crystal City into St. Pius territory, moving it forward even further. And St. Pius wants a timeout to talk it over. So this will give us a chance to find out how things are going at Windsor High School, as Craig Andrews is there to tell us about the Windsor Owls and the Rockwood Summit Falcons. Go ahead, Craig. All right, after the timeout, the Lancers defense back on the field. Crystal City sticking with the bunch formation, power running style. Kemp and Sullivan playing in front of Harned. Here's Harned getting some room off the left tackle, and almost a first down run again. He brings it inside the 25, near the 20. And let's see if he got it. I don't think so. He's a little bit short. Picks up about 8 yards on the run. So it's second and about 2. Kind of having a hard time getting the angles from this position.
I was too. I was just thinking that same thing.
Second down and a long 2. Harned again, running left side. Hit right at the 20 and dropped. And he'll pick up a few yards, maybe, well, 1 anyway. But he's not going to have enough for the first, I don't believe. He's just tucked inside the 20. It's going to be third and a long 1.
That's Josh Harned's 12th carry on the evening. Already has 51 yards on 12 carries.
Not a bad job by the first-year starter. The freeze on a keeper, running it straight up the middle.
It's gonna be close.
He never did go down, but he forward progress. Let's see what see how close he got to it. I don't think he made it. It's going to be fourth down and a yard exactly. He only got maybe a half yard on that keeper. Officials timeout. Are they bringing in the chains? Looks like they're motioning for the chains to come out. From where the down marker is on the sideline, it doesn't even look like he's close. But they're going to bring in the chains anyway. So the clock temporarily stopped at 8:45 remaining in the first half. Crystal City and St. Pius are tied at 7. And looks to be about 7 to 8 inches shy. So it's less than a yard. Crystal City's going for it as we expected they would. Bunch formation again for the Hornets. Sullivan and Kemp in at fullback. Harned the deep man. Harned gets it, running up the middle. He's going to have it plus a couple more as he is knocked down inside the 15-yard line. Looks to be about down to the 13. That'll be a pickup of about 6 or 7 on the play. And easily a first down. And the Hornets still have a chance to get a fresh set of downs before they get into the end zone, too.
Looking really good right now.
Definitely, and they've taken a lot of time off the clock once again. They stick with that power formation. This time it's Sullivan who's running up the middle. He just continues to move the pile, and he gets down near the 10-yard line to pick up a 3. That's a hard-earned 3 yards for DJ Sullivan.
Yeah, because whenever he hit the line of scrimmage, I mean, it was nothing there.
Yeah.
What he got was the 3 yards of pushing on his part, and the linemen kept driving their feet, which got him those 3 yards because there was not a hole.
We got a Crystal City lineman that's slow to get up. Coach Ridgway comes out to check on him. I believe that's 62 Cameron Smith.
Which we know that St. Pius has battled the injuries, but neither team can afford to have any injuries at this stage of the season here, with very few backups that are ready to play. I mean, everybody has backups, but some that are ready, some that are not. So let's hope that he can get back out here fairly quick, but struggling to get off the field right now. Looks like it's some of those right knee, possibly.
Coach Ridgway helping him off. That's Cameron Smith, senior offensive lineman, that goes out. Yeah, Crystal City has been very good this year in terms of injuries. They've avoided them all season long to this point, where St. Pius Their injuries have mostly come in their skill positions, but they have had quite a few, especially before the season even started.
Yes.
Lost Vicarella before the season started, and also lost Owen Conway before the season started. We're back to action here. Here's the pitch to Harned, coming right side. He's going to try to tuck it in, and he's going to be hit right at the 10 and brought down. Maybe forward to the 9. Good defense there by St. Pius. They were running right alongside with him. And when he tried to cut it inside, there was just nothing there.
That was a nice job right there by number 80. That was Morlock there. Paul Morlock with a great job of containing, turning Harned back inside, whereas linebackers were there to make the tackle.
So now the ball goes from all the way on the left hash to the right hash. Crystal City bunches it up again. They're sticking with this formation. It's 3rd down and 7. DeFreeze rolling left, I should say. Tries to cut it back inside near the goal line. Touchdown! Ian DeFreeze on the quarterback keeper scores to break a 7-all tie with 6:52 to go in the second quarter. He was running option. He had the opportunity to pitch it if he wanted to, but he saw daylight and he kept it himself and ran it in from about 9 yards out.
Yeah, right there, number 22, Brendan Seltzer, was pretty much stuck in between a rock and a hard place. He had a guy on him, and he couldn't turn DeFreeze back in. Nice. That was a nice decision there by Ian DeFreeze to keep it, not taking a risk on the pitch. Nice job by him.
Already I could see illegal procedures been called against Crystal City on the extra point attempt, which was good, but take it away now as Crystal City will be marched back 5 yards and they'll re-kick. Kicker for the Hornets, number 4, Aaron Schaefer. We'll have to kick this one from a little bit further out.
And he's been pretty accurate for the Hornets this year.
Not bad. I mean, that's been an issue for them the last couple of years.
Yes.
It's been finding somebody that can consistently kick it. This will be a little bit further out for Schaefer. And the ball is down, and it's got distance. Boy, he kicked that one very well, and it gets through. 14-7, Crystal City on top of St. Pius. We take a break and return in 1 minute on 1400 KJFF. With 6:52 to go in the first half, Crystal City leads St. Pius 14-7. Kick right down the middle of the field is fumbled, but picked up by the second man. He's got some room off the right side. Great tackle made by Crystal City on the far side. That was a a touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, it was
by number 9.
That was a. I'll go ahead and let you give him some credit there, Ryan. First,
absolutely, that was a heck of a tackle by Stuart Mason. They saved a possible run back after a fumble by Josh Lenhart.
Actually, number 9, Keith Kennedy, fumbled the ball. He got him in the ankles, tripped over. Number 6, Lenhart picked it up.
Here's a pass to the near side, caught by Linderer inside the 40, up to the 50-yard line, and we'll have a first down into Crystal City territory at the 48. It's a pickup of about 13 yards on the reception by Linderer. St. Pius going right back to, look at this, Spencer. We got 6.5 minutes to go before half. Second possession by St. Pius. Both teams have really taken up a lot of clock in their scoring drives. Pass right side, a lot of room there. The tight end is hit. There's a flag on the play in the backfield. Scott Redker makes the catch. So we'll see about the penalty.
Looks like this one's coming back as they're holding the St. Pius Lancers from going up near the ball.
Holding on the Lancers will take away what could have been a first down reception. St. Pius certainly not playing like a 1-6 football team so far tonight, especially on offense.
No, but again, we talked about, right now, Vicarella coming back. He looks really good right now. The receivers are running good routes, just nice little quick crossing routes, little slants at times, getting the ball out into the flat area. And Christie's having a hard time covering their receivers right now in the flats and across the middle.
Yeah, that ends up being almost about a 15-yard penalty because of where the ball was, where the hold took place. Rolling out is Vicarella, heaves it down the near sideline, caught but out of bounds. He is out of bounds, no good. Linderer, he made the catch on the sideline, but he was too far out of bounds.
Yeah, and
great effort.
PJ Linder had got behind the secondary, which that's what hurt him against Maplewood last week. And, of course, we understand that when it's Brian Allen beating you, but you can't let PJ Linder, with no offense to his speed, but he doesn't have the same speed that Brian Allen does. You cannot allow him to get behind you. What a great catch at it, but unfortunately for him, it was out of bounds.
So it brings up second down and 27. Vicarella out of the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to throw it to the near side. Ball is caught by Kennedy, and he brings it up to the 45. There is a flag on the play on the far sideline.
And that was a really good play there by Zach Nicholas. They had the screen set up perfectly. Roll out to the right, pass back to the left to number 9 there, which was Keith Kennedy. They had 3 or 4 blockers out in front, and somehow Zach Nicholas just squeezes in between the blockers and makes a great tackle. If they get that block, that could have gone for 6.
By the way, they picked up the flag and waved it off. It's third down and about 16. Again, Vicarella will operate out of the shotgun. Rolling out to the right is the senior. Throws, dumps it in there. The ball is caught by Rutger. He's knocked out of bounds at the far sideline. Another flag has come in.
I think they're going to bring this one back, Ryan. I think they're going to call a pick block on number 80, Paul Morlock. It looked like he came off his route and picked up one of the linebackers or D-backs covering the receiver there. It's probably going to be a legal block call here.
We're talking to Crystal City, so obviously it will be against the Lancers. If they keep the yardage, it'll be fourth down and about 8. And it's going to be, again, an illegal block by St. Pius, and they're going to take the penalty yardage, I believe, from this and replay third down. This will push them back almost to where they were before after the holding call.
Right now, Pius is our own worst enemy right now, and because right now, Chris City has really shown no sign of actually stopping this passing game, but these penalties here for St. Pius is just killing them.
They're on their own 31-yard line. The first down line is in Crystal City territory on the 37.
Looks like they're...
I guess they keep a loss of down on the play because it says fourth, but I thought it was third.
Well, I would think that if they took the penalty, it should go back to third down.
Yeah.
Because now they lost the down and the yardage. But I don't see St. Pius arguing here.
Unless that was a fourth down play before, but I don't think it was. So they're going to kick it away. Linderer with a good kick coming to the near side. Ball is dropped by Duncan, picks it up at the 28. To the 35, now to the 40. 45, brought down at the 47-yard line. Good field position for the Hornets after the good return by Jacob Duncan. Time to check in with Craig again. He's at Windsor High School as Windsor takes on Rockwood Summit in a Class 4 district matchup. Go ahead, Craig. 4 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Crystal City up 14-7 on St. Pius. 2-yard run by Josh Harned. Second down and 8 coming up as the Hornets go back to the I. DeFries pitches late, left side, giving it to Harned, and he's going to bring it off the left tackle, running down the far sideline. He's only going to pick up a couple. Crystal City was lucky they got any kind of positive yards on that one. That was a late pitch by DeFries. That was pretty dangerous.
Yeah, nice job there by Scott Retker to force that pitch. And Ian DeFries wanted to, he wanted to take it down the line a little bit, but he couldn't. As soon as he took a step, there was Retker. Retker held him, and Ian DeFries got rid of the ball. Thank goodness for the Hornets that he got there, and Hornet picked up a few yards there.
It's third down at about 6. DeFries back to pass. Looks over the middle. He's going to heave it down the far sideline. He's got a man open and dropped as it falls out of bounds. Donnie Nash could not hang on to that one, and he was wide open. He may have been too far out of bounds. He may have been close to being out of bounds when the ball got to him. But he drops it nonetheless. How many times have we seen that now for the Hornets the last couple of weeks?
Way too many. And right now it's really been the receivers. It hasn't been Ian DeFries not being able to get the ball to him, like most high school problems in passing are. It's right now the receivers can't hold the ball.
So the Hornets will be forced to punt. Plenty of time for the kicker. And it's going to be taken by St. Pius at the 15. Kennedy running right side and run out of bounds near the 30-yard line. And a late flag is thrown. Could have been a late hit perhaps on Crystal City.
Looks like number 23 for the Hornets with the late hit. That was way out of bounds. That was probably 4 yards out of bounds.
Coach Ridgway certainly admonishing him now for that on the sideline.
I'm not positive that might be Michael Schilly. I'm not sure, 23, but of course I better check and make sure I get that correct. But yeah, not a smart penalty there. Decent return there by number 9, Keith Kennedy. Yes, it was 23, Michael Schilly.
So after the penalty yardage, St. Pius will have it 1st and 10 on their own 45. 3:44 to go. Crystal City on top, 14-7. St. Pius had to punt their last time they had the football. And here to pass on the first play. And downfield it is to Vicarello. Overshot Kennedy, incomplete. He just didn't have his hands outstretched. He didn't know where the ball was.
That was a good decision there by Vicarella. He rolls out to the left. He had a receiver here that was covered. His receivers that were coming across on a crossing route across the middle there, they were covered. So he went deep to number 9 Kennedy, who had beaten the safety Duncan. 43 Zach Nichols was in coverage, and that could have been an easy 6 for the Lancers. They just could have connected.
Out of the shotgun again, Vicarella, and he hands off. Manmingan brings it across the 45, and he's down to the 48-yard line to pick up of a couple. Make it 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up for St. Pius.
And that's his first carry since the first drive of the game for the Lancers. Where
they didn't run it at all their last drive.
No, he had 3 carries for 24 yards in that first drive, averaging 8 yards a carry, and they just stopped giving it to him there.
It's Vicarella out of the shotgun. He's got one man with him. That is Manmingan. And back to pass. Vicarella, the senior, rolls out and out of the right. He's on the run. Throws it downfield. The ball is knocked away by DeFries, intended for P.J. Linderer. Incomplete pass brings up 4th down. And St. Pius will have a decision here. More than likely, they're probably going to be punting the football because they're only down by a touchdown. No reason to go for it here. We're only down by a score.
Nice deflection there by Ian DeFries, going to P.J. Linder. But I don't know if you saw the shot that number 13 took. I don't see his name on the roster here. But, down here at the bottom, Owen Conway. But Matt Kemp just lit him up. He may not want to run that crossing route too much more tonight.
Here's the kick away by Robert North. Going to take a nice bounce at the 15 to the 10. Rolling to the 5, just shy of the 5-yard line, down at the 6-yard line. Excellent kick by Robert North, and Crystal City will be pinned deep in their own territory. They lead it 14-7 to the Hornets. The St. Pius Lancers so far playing right with Crystal City.
Yeah, they are, and you've got to believe that St. Pius thought they could. As long as they could, keep the score in the low 20s for a final, they feel like they could probably, score some points through the air. But I think their main concern was, could they stop the Hornet running game? And right now, they haven't really stopped it, but they've slowed it down.
Definitely. First play from this drive for Crystal City. Handoff by DeFreeze to Sullivan, and he gets stood up pretty much right at the line of scrimmage. Got a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 coming up here for Crystal City.
Yeah, and the last 5 carries for the Hornets have gone for 3 yards or less. So the St. Pius Lancer defense is really starting to buckle down now.
Pius has gone back to the I formation. We saw them really bunching it up and going with the power running game in their last drive. Here's Harned running left tackle, gets hit and dropped. Forward progress, maybe got him back to the line of scrimmage. What a play there. A 61 was there on the tackle.
Yeah, that looked like Mitch, is it Connersman?
Connersman, okay.
Yeah, out of his defensive end spot there, slashing down the line.
Big 3rd down attempt coming up here for Crystal. It's 3rd down and about 8. And DeFreeze hands off. Harned hitting the backfield and dropped. Robert North there on the tackle. Out of his linebacker spot, brings Harned down for about a 2-yard loss, and now it's 4th down and 10. Crystal City will have to punt the football, and St. Pius calls a timeout, trying to see if they can get a score as they get the football back from the Hornets. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll bring it back here for the punt. Crystal City leads St. Pius 14-7 in the 2nd quarter on KJFF. Ooh. And a very high kick that doesn't go very far is down at the 27-yard line by the Crystal City special teams. Just a straight up kick that didn't go virtually anywhere, and look at what the Lancers have. 1st and 10 at the Crystal City 27.
With a minute 19, I believe they have at least 2 timeouts, maybe all 3. I'm not positive on that.
I think they used all 3.
Did they use all 3?
I think so.
I know they used 1 for sure.
They used their 2nd one just now.
Okay, then they have 1 more left, because Crystal City used 1 also.
At least, yeah. I don't know. We'll see, though. Vicarella hands off to Manmingan running right side. He's not going to get much. Crystal was ready for that play. Big gang tackle on the far sideline. Not much there for the ball carrier. Edsel Manmingan. And we'll say about a 2-yard pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Clock running at right at a minute. And someone jumped on the offensive line by the Lancers. False start, illegal procedure, marching 5 yards back. And instead of 2nd down and 8, it'll be 2nd down and 13.
Yeah, St. Pius had 2 plays called, and it looked like the line was wanting to hurry up the snap, but they were set for about 3 or 4 seconds, waiting for the ball to be snapped. Everybody was in position. The lineman just couldn't hold his spot anymore.
Vicarella will go back to the shotgun. Wide receivers are all very close to the line. He's going to look to the near side. Ball is caught. Great coverage, great tackle by Ian DeFreeze. Brings him down at the 25-yard line, just inside the 25. He looks to be down at the 23, we'll call it. Pickup of about 7. It's 3rd down and 6.
Nice catch there by Keith Kennedy. Nice tackle by 11, Ian DeFreeze.
36 seconds left. Clock stopped because the ball carrier got out of bounds. There's an incomplete pass right side. Trying to hit the man in the flat. Incomplete for Morlock. And that'll stop the clock as well. 32.9 seconds left. It's 4th down and 6. And the Lancers, could they be trying a field goal here? They're bringing their kicker out. Winhard is their kicker.
I'll be shocked. I didn't see it in pregame.
This is a 40-yarder. And the flag is down. The kick's got plenty of distance, but is it off to the left? Yes. Misses wide left. There is a flag on the play. It was thrown right as the snap was made. Right as the snap was made, the flag came in. And let's see, they're going to wave it off. Okay.
Wow. Well, see, he threw the flag. As soon as he threw the flag, it looked like he called movement on the Lancers, but it looked like they got set. But then he started counting men, and St. Pius has 11 guys out there, so they waved the flag off. But as he's going to kick it, they blew the whistle. So how do you blow the whistle and don't count the kick? I mean, the kicker still kicked it, but it doesn't count whether he made it or not. And they should have to re-kick this, because if they pick the flag up, they should be able to re-kick that. And that definitely had the leg. I didn't see that leg in pregame, but I mean, he got it all there.
Yeah, he had plenty of distance. He just missed it left.
I don't understand that call, though. I mean,
referees were talking it over with Coach Woods, and whatever was said to him, I guess, has satisfied him, because he's done talking about it. He's back on the sideline again. So Crystal City now takes over with 28 seconds left, and looks like they're just going to take a knee, and they'll be satisfied, leading 14-7 at the half.
The only thing I can think of there, Ryan, is that they said that they kicked the ball, then blew the whistle, so it wouldn't have made a difference. But if you're a kicker and you hear the whistle, it may interrupt you a little bit. It may bother you a little bit. So I don't know. I'd have to get an explanation on that.
Well, Crystal City will have a lead, but the St. Pius Lancers, their crosstown rivals, are right with them. It's 14-7. Crystal City with the advantage. We'll take a break for 2 minutes, bring you back here for halftime activities. This is the game of the week on 1400 KJFF.
You may not know their names, but the students who are helped through a Jefferson College Foundation scholarship carry thanks in their hearts. It's for the kindness that our contributors have shown. Make a difference in their tomorrows.
Education, the great equalizer. It doesn't just mean you get more knowledge. It means you improve your quality of life.
Give to the Jefferson College Foundation today.
Here it's 14-7. Crystal City leads St. Pius. Lancers playing right with Crystal in the first half. Let's see if they can do it for the second half as well. They will have the opportunity to tie the football game, as they will be getting the football on the kickoff.
And I'll tell you what, I really hope that this continues to be a very physical football game, because that first half line was full of just nice hits, and both by the St. Pius Lancers and the Hornets. But both teams came ready to play. You can definitely tell it's a rivalry game, that's for sure.
Definitely.
It's got a good atmosphere tonight. It's pretty packed here. Very few seats left open.
Stuart Mason getting set to kick off. And he boots a short kick down the middle of the field, taken by one of the up men, and returned by Lindholt on the far side. Knocked out of bounds, appears to be around the 37-yard line. Good return, and pretty good field position for the Lancers to begin this second half of play. St. Pius passing offense at spread, brought right back into fruition with Nick Vicarella running the show. Back from his injury, making his first start at quarterback this season because of injury. He's going to bring it to the near side. Quick hit out to Morlock. He's going to be drilled at the 42 and dropped. Forward progress gets him about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming up for the Lancers.
That's Paul Morlock's third catch in the game. That's 3 for 35 for him. He's been very sure-handed tonight for Vicarella. Just a nice little quick 5-yard out there.
Looks like Robert North is joining Vicarella in the backfield for the second half of this one. In motion, coming to the near side, Linderer. Vicarella takes the snap. He's going to run it near side on the keeper. Sidesteps a man, brought down just shy of the 50-yard line. Appears to have the first down. Brought down at the 49. That'll be a pickup of about 7 yards and a first. He made that one look pretty easy. He had a lot of room.
Nicely designed run there. They tried to run that in the first half and they got stopped. They came back with the second half and it was open. They ran to the three receiver trip side here. Nice blocking there, double teaming on the point of attack.
Back to pass, Vicarella. Throws left side, and the hook and ladder, and the pitch is given to Robert North, running down the left sideline. Touchdown, St. Pius. My goodness, the hook and ladder play. Catch made in the flat, pitch back to North. Touchdown, Lancers. That was fun.
Yes, it was. That's going to go down. Which receiver was the one that passed? Which one caught the initial pass, Ryan? Was that number 9?
Morlock, I believe.
Okay,
Was it Morlock or Kennedy?
One of them's going to get the reception for 6 yards.
I think it was Kennedy.
Okay. That's what I thought too, was Kennedy.
And the kick has plenty of distance, and it is good. We are tied at 14 with 10:33 to go. We are back in 1 minute on 1400 KJFF. Crystal City brings the ball back after the kickoff and pushed back in their own territory at the 20-yard line is the ball carrier. I believe that was Harned. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Crystal on their own 22.
And I believe, Ryan, the last pass, they threw a 6-yard pass to Keith Kennedy, and he laterals it back to North, which I believe goes for a 45 or 46-yard run there, whatever it be. But I think that's how they're going to mark that as a touchdown. But what a fantastic play. But not only that, what a fantastic time to call that play.
Absolutely. Got the fans in it, and you tie the ball game up. DeFries hands off near side. Running left tackle is the fullback. Check that, it was Harned. They did get it to the tailback. Harned will pick up 2. 2nd down and 8.
Beautifully called by you, the hook and ladder play right there. This is nice. Nicely designed play. North, it might be the first time he's actually on the field for offense tonight.
Yeah, it was.
Just
yeah, that
flying
drive.
out of the backfield there.
That drive. He started off in the backfield during that drive. Handoff up the middle to Sullivan. He doesn't get much. Brought down shy of the 30 and around the 28-yard line. Sullivan will pick up about 4. 3rd and 5 coming up here for Crystal City.
Nice play there by number 53, Jacob Rankin, who wrapped up G.J. Sullivan. As you can kind of see, now Pius has a little hop in her step right now. That really got them motivated. They're practicing it, and they just when they got the opportunity, they were excited to run it. They were successful with it, and that just builds your momentum right there.
St. Pius trying to hold Crystal and force them to punt. High formation, DeFries back to throw. Brings it down the near sideline, way out in front of the intended receiver, Jacob Duncan. No chance to catch up to that ball. It was way out in front of him. DeFries just led him way too much. It was kind of a timing route, and he was just too far ahead.
That was good coverage there by the Lancers. They were up on the line of scrimmage and forced Jacob Duncan to get a little bit slower off the line than he wanted to.
Brings up 4th down, and the Hornets will have to kick. St. Pius, that offense, which just scored a quick touchdown, will get it back. And there's a high kick that takes a bounce at the 40. A good Crystal City bounce, which will go into Lancer territory, but still will be down at the 43-yard line. Could have been a lot worse. But a good bounce gives it to St. Pius on their own 43 when it could have been in Hornets territory.
Yeah, definitely got a big roll there. And Pius actually caught a break because Vicarella came off the end there. Looked like he was going to block the punt.
It was close,
and
yeah.
he pulled up and he did touch the punter, but it was very minute touching there, so
yeah.
they didn't call anything, which was a good call, I think. Didn't affect the play at all.
Here is Vicarella. out of the shotgun. Brings a man in motion. He's going to throw it in the flat, incomplete. Too far in front of Manmingan. Incomplete pass. It's second down and 10, and that ball was not a lateral. It was thrown about 3 yards in front of where the quarterback was set up.
Right there, that was a good example of how well St. Pius is blocking tonight. I mean, you could pretty much see that that's where the play was going, and Chris City saw that it was going there, and they were all running that direction, but they still couldn't get off their blocks to get there.
Hand off to Manmingan, running left side. He's got a little bit of room now. He's going to be hit in the backfield, dropped for a yard loss. Jake Beeler was there, started off with Kemp flushing him out. Ben Schweiss was the one who finished it. 1 yard loss for Manmingan, and it's third down and about 10 and a half or so.
Good job of stringing it out there. Ben Schweiss containing, turning back in for the other swarm of Hornets.
Vicarella will operate again out of the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to each side, 1 man joining him in the backfield. Vicarella rolling right, throws into the flat, trying to get at his man. He got him. Tight end Rutger makes the catch just inside the 40-yard line. First down, St. Pius. Rutger makes the grab on the out pattern. Ball hung up there a little bit, but the Hornets still could not get it to Rutger to make a play on it.
No, Jacob Duncan was stuck on the back side of the receiver, and you could tell he didn't want to go through him, but he couldn't get around him either, so he just hung there and tried to time it perfectly and knock it out, and Rutger did a good job of holding on there. Yeah, it wasn't a beautifully thrown pass, but it was in the vicinity.
First and 10, St. Pius on the 39. They give it to Manmingan left side. They were trying to run a little misdirection, bringing Linderer in motion. Manmingan brings it down to the 36-yard line. Pickup of a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's one of those plays that sometimes you wish you would have gone to the fake guy, because right there, P.J. Linder had the right side open, but the play designed to get the flow going that way and then come back the other way. But that time, P.J. Linder was open.
Fake handoff. Pass left side, caught down the left sideline. Some room there. A couple of penalties fly in. One in the backfield, and one on the far sideline back near the play as the runner was knocked out of bounds. See if I can get the name real quick of that receiver. He was not in the starting lineup, but he came in to make the catch there. That was actually, I'm sorry, that was Manmingan who made the catch.
Yes. And if it stands, it goes for about 13 yards, but the first one they threw looked like it was going to go against the Lancer, but then they threw one over on the sideline too.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure exactly what we have here.
Could be offsetting penalties, perhaps. We'll see. We're talking to Crystal City right now. I think it's going to be a hold against St. Pius, and I'm not sure what the other penalty is going to be, which could be against Crystal. Could perhaps be against Pius as well. Maybe an illegal block on that far sideline. They continue to talk to the Hornets, and they're both going to be against St. Pius. Illegal contact and illegal block, I think. So they're going to decline one of the penalties. They will take the illegal block penalty, I'm assuming.
Wow.
This is going to be a 15-yard penalty. Boy, the ball's all the way back on the St. Pius 47-yard line.
They've had a few of these tonight.
Yeah.
3rd and forever.
3rd and over 20. Third and about 23.
They had a 3rd and 31 in the first half.
Yeah. Vicarella rolling to the left out of the shotgun. He's going to throw it down the middle of the field. And Zared intercepted. Taken back by Crystal City. Jacob Duncan escapes one tackler and is going to be finally brought down near the 35-yard line. Interception. Vicarella got a little too much air underneath that one, intended for Kennedy. Hung up there too long. Duncan stepped in front and picked it off.
Yeah, nice read there by Jacob Duncan. Finally, he had been getting burned. He wasn't getting deep enough that time. He got plenty deep. It looked like right there the St. Pius receivers looked at each other and thought the other one was going to catch it, because it looked like Kennedy could have easily jumped up there and caught it, but he kind of looked at the other receiver, and then neither one of them went for the ball, but Jacob Duncan right between them, split the receivers. Great catch by Jacob Duncan, and a good return.
So the interception gives it to the Hornets. Here's Harden running up the middle, following blockers. Forward progress got him near the 35-yard line, a pickup of 2 yards. Make it 3 for Harden. 2nd and 7 coming up. 14 all is our score with 6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Crystal City and St. Pius tied at 14.
That was a good tackle there by number 50 from his linebacker spot, Joe Jerica. That's about his 2nd or 3rd tackle tonight, doing a good job.
Here's a pitch right side, Demetrius Terry. He's got his first carry of the ball game. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Not much room there for Demetrius. And he goes nowhere. It's 3rd down and 7.
This is one of those things, you bring in Demetrius Terry, it gives you a fresh back, and you're expecting that explosiveness to come up and give you a big push and momentum. But it could also be counter-effective if you have Pius sees him out there and they stop him the first 2 or 3 plays. That'll even build them for momentum.
High formation again for the Hornets. And a fake handoff, and they go up the middle to Sullivan. He's got room across the 50, down to the St. Pius 45. Sullivan on the dive, kind of one of those fakes, and then hand off to your fullback right away off the snap. And Sullivan almost broke it to take it all the way for the score.
Well, and that's another reason why you want Demetrius Terry out there. When everybody knows he's there, he is intimidating, and everybody went for that fake. After the dive handoff, they went for the fake on the pitch to the right.
Terry again gets it, coming to the near side. Hit in the backfield and dropped. Great open field tackle. Rutger out of his defensive end spot brings Terry down for a 1-yard loss. 2nd down and 11. Terry's gotten 2 carries now in this drive for -1 yard.
Yeah, but in his mind, he's only 1 handoff away from going 46 or 47 yards here.
You're exactly right. Ball just shy of the 46-yard line. 2nd down and 11. Here's Terry running right, skips it back inside, works it ahead to the 40. He'll pick up about 6 yards on that run. And he'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5.
There they run that counter play again. They haven't run with Josh Harned earlier, but you can see the little difference in speed there. And St. Pius had to play beautifully again, but couldn't hang on to Demetrius Terry, who again was a step quicker than Josh Harned through that hole, and Jerica could not bring him down that time.
3rd down and 5 coming up. Hornets bunching it up. Power backfield once more. Kemp and Sullivan as the fullbacks. They pitch it right, giving it to Terry. Terry tried to move it back in. Robert North had him. He lost him. Lost the football. Fumbled the football. And it's recovered by St. Pius. Terry was trying so hard to break the tackle as Robert North wrapped him up. The football came out. And St. Pius recovers. They'll have it 1st and 10 on their own 39.
Wow. He was trying for those extra yards, and great job of stripping the ball by the Lancers there. It's one of those things that St. Pius, once he got in the game a little bit and he couldn't get going, they build on that. And Demetrius is famous for carrying the ball with 1 hand. He doesn't fumble very often, but he is capable of doing that.
Under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pass coming to the near side, caught by Morlock at the 45, brought down at the 46. Quickly brought down by Josh Harned, DJ Sullivan also there. And it's 2nd down and about 3 after the 7-yard gain on the reception by Morlock.
That last defensive possession, number 9, Keith Kennedy, did come out what looked like with a shoulder or an arm. Has been big in this passing game, so let's see if that somebody can step in for the Lancers and take his place.
Here's Mainman gone left side, running it ahead, got the 1st down. Flag comes in. He's brought down at the 50. He's got 1st down yardage, but we'll see about the penalty.
That flag came in right at the end of the play there.
I don't know if it's a late hit. Illegal block. We'll see about the penalty. They're talking to Crystal City, so it's going to be once again against St. Pius. If it wasn't for the penalty, St. Pius would probably be leading this game.
That's true. And and they're
Not
not
a
just
personal foul.
they're not just a 5-yard.
No, it's a hold. Okay.
These are the big ones. These are the 10, 15 yarders they've been getting too. It's not just a 5-yard false start or anything.
Yep.
I mean, they've been putting them back, and here they just picked up the first down on a run there, and now it's 2nd and long, it's 2nd and 13 or so.
It goes for about a 14-yard penalty, so now it's 2nd and 13 after the penalty. Out of the shotgun, Vicarella takes a snap, fakes the handoff, running to the near side, cuts it back up the middle. A little bit of room there as he runs it down to the 49-yard line. He got almost all the yardage back. Great run by Vicarella.
Yeah, that was a great block there too by number 75, Phil Kloss. Jake Beeler had a beat on him. He was coming at him. Phil Kloss picked him up. He pulled from his left tackle spot, pulled out to the right side here. Vicarella followed him through that hole, and 75 Kloss got a good block on Jake Beeler there.
It's 3rd down and about a yard after a great run by Vicarella. And we're going to get a timeout. Lancers want to talk it over. 2:22 to go in the 3rd quarter. We're knotted up at 14. We'll take a break and return in 1 minute here on 1400 KJFF. Third down and a yard, and here is the handoff, and forward progress will get the first down for St. Pius. We'll have it on the 50-yard line. And Manmingon got the first. Didn't get it by much, though. Maybe 2 yards on the carry.
Actually, that was P.J. Linder. They had taken Manmingon out. They went we used to call lead bottom. They put Phil Kloss off the line and put him at fullback there with the fullback field.
How about that?
And this nice little wrinkle there for the Lancers.
Vicarella throws left side, incomplete pass, incomplete, intended for Owen Conway. Conway coming in as a receiver, couldn't hang on to that one. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Well, and that's where Keith Kennedy had been playing. Owen Conway came into the game to take his place. Keith Kennedy had 3 catches for 23 yards, very sure-handed. He's also the one that started that hook and ladder play. And that right there, that's the first sign of replacement's got to come in and do the job for him as they're taking off Kennedy's shoulder pads down here in front of us.
Handoff, Manmingon coming to the near side, hit the backfield and dropped. Jake Beeler got him back at the 50-yard line. That'll be a loss of 1, maybe 2 yards. Great job by the linebacker, Beeler. He found an open seam, saw where Manmingon was going, and took him down for a 1-yard loss. It's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, nobody picked up Beeler that time, and he made him pay for it. And this is a frustrating game for a guy like Jake Beeler and a guy like Matt Kemp. They're used to stopping the run and having somebody run it 25, 30 times at them a game, and they get to hit people. Here they're getting spread out and have to chase guys all around the field. So anytime they run the ball, they're going to be after it.
Vicarella throws down the left side. He's got a man there. Incomplete, picked off. Nicholas picks it off, brings it back. There's flags on the play. It's brought back to the 20-yard line. Nicholas squirted ahead to the 25, near the 30. We'll see about the penalties here. The ball was picked off by Nicholas. The flags came in after the ball was picked off. Maybe perhaps a couple of illegal blocks in there. We'll see about the penalties, but Crystal City forces the turnover. Another one.
Yeah, after a turnover-free first half, we've had a couple here in this 3rd quarter, and this 3rd quarter's been taking a while to play after that quick first half as they had the long drives. St. Pius on their first possession, 2nd half, scored on their 3rd play from scrimmage with the hook and ladder there, and since then it's just been kind of trading the ball back and forth here.
So after the penalty yardage, the Hornets are going to get it in their own territory. Looks to be inside the 10, right around the 9-yard line. So Crystal City stops the drive, but they're pinned deep.
But again, Demetrius Terry back in there at tailback, very dangerous. Can go the distance anytime he touches the ball.
And they're going to give it up the middle. The fullback instead handles it. DJ Sullivan runs it out to the 20, to the 21. Good run by DJ Sullivan, 1st down yardage.
Well, since since Demetrius Terry has entered the game, he has 2 carries for 34 yards. So you can tell they're really starting to key on Demetrius Terry a little more, and DJ Sullivan will definitely burn you if you do that.
We're under a minute to go in the third quarter. We'll wait until the quarter ends before we get that update from Craig. Here's the pitch out to Terry. Cuts it back inside, runs up the middle, find a little bit of some open room, gets across the 25-yard line down near the 27. That'll be a pickup of about 6 yards by Demetrius Terry. Again, Craig Andrews will be standing by with an update in just a moment. As soon as we get to our break, we'll send it to him. Right now it's 14-14. Crystal City, St. Pius are tied, 17 seconds and counting remaining in quarter number 3. Handoff is going to go to Sullivan up the middle, and he's going to push the pile ahead near the 30-yard line, maybe close to the first. That's going to be the last play of the quarter. 14-14 is our score. Crystal City and St. Pius. Let's go to Craig Andrews. He's at Windsor as he gets us an update on Rockwood Summit and the Windsor Owls. Following his update, we'll take a break for 30 seconds. Go ahead, Craig.
Welcome to Automotive Technology at Jefferson College, where students learn important industry skills every day.
I'm really interested in automotive, pursuing it as a career. Jefferson College has all the great tools, books, everything you're going to need in your career. Their instructors are great, and it is really interesting learning different parts of the car.
Jefferson College offers outstanding instructors teaching in state-of-the-art classrooms. The automotive shop area has the latest in precision tools.
I believe one of the strongest parts of our program for Jefferson College students is we do not let the student leave until they understand the processes involved. We work with the students one-on-one until they are comfortable enough in the knowledge they have and the skill level that they have that they can perform at industry level.
Instruction includes brake jobs, machining drum and rotor, tune-ups, engine repair, cylinder head work, wheel alignment, and electrical work.
I was very impressed with the professors here. I talked to both of them. They were very awesome. I like the fact that the campus is very close to home and it's affordable. And the employers that I talked to were very impressed with Jefferson College students.
Jefferson College graduates get jobs in their field. The Automotive Technology Department has a 95% success ratio with graduates working at many companies throughout the area.
What the employer was looking for was people with fresh minds that know the new technology and all those things I learned here at Jefferson College.
Discover your future with automotive technology at Jefferson College.
DJ Sullivan picks up the first down on a 3rd and 1. He carries to the 34-yard line, moves the chains as we begin the fourth quarter. Crystal City and St. Pius are tied at 14. Sullivan is really starting to make his carries count ever since Demetrius Terry got back into the game. Here's a keeper by DeFries, spins away from one man, falls ahead to the 36-yard line. I guess that's will end up being a pickup. That will give him a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Woo! Come on, on it!
Second down and 9. High formation for Crystal City. St. Pius trying to come up with the defensive stop. Here's the pitch to Terry, coming near side, runs it back up the middle, spins, gets around to the 45-yard line, make it the 46. That'll be a first down run for Demetrius Terry, about a 10-yard gain.
Demetrius Terry's come in the second half with 6 carries for 20 yards. Also had a fumble, but didn't turn out to be anything for the St. Pius Lancers as they got the Hornets got the ball back on interception. So they just traded turnovers there. No harm done.
2 receivers to the left side as the handoff goes to Terry running left. Trying to find a blocker, trying to get to the corner. Hit and brought down at the 45-yard line in St. Pius territory. Nice hit. Laid down by the St. Pius defensive back as he came over and made the stop on Demetrius Terry after a pickup of about close to 10 yards.
Looks like number 22 is that Brendan Seltzer, I believe, with that hit.
I don't think Demetrius even saw him.
No, he didn't. Laying the wood there.
Looks to be about a 9-yard gain. They are bringing out the chains to measure. Let's see if they have any chance. They got it. Make it 10 yards. First and 10 for Crystal City on the St. Pius 44. 14 all tie with 10:20 to go in the ball game. Just getting started with the fourth quarter, and St. Pius doing one heck of a job playing with Crystal City. DeFries under center, hands off to Sullivan, the fullback moving the pile ahead to the 40. DJ Sullivan picks up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And this is the kind of drive that Crystal City wants. They want that 4 or 5 yards of pop, pounding, keeping the ball out of St. Pius Lancers' hands. You know, keep the ball for another 5-6 minutes, drive it down, put it in for 6, and then hold.
High formation once more for the Hornets. The pitch to Terry coming near side. Terry cuts it back into the 30, down near the 30, I should say. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. They bring him down at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10, Crystal City.
But he does make a difference, though, doesn't he?
There's no question.
You can definitely see the difference in speed and how he hits the hole a little faster. And not that Josh Horner doesn't hit it hard, he just can't hit it as fast.
Hornets go right back to the eye. A little over 9 minutes remaining in the game. Sullivan's going to get it right up the gut. Brings it inside the 30-yard line to about the 29. Not much there, but a couple of yards picked up by DJ. We make it 2nd and 8. You know, we talked about DJ Sullivan and the job that he's done this season as the fullback. He was an offensive lineman last year.
Yes, he was. And a very good one at that. Did a great job of pulling. You know, he's so quick that when you pulled him like that, he was on those defensive end and kicking out those ends and linebackers so quickly, those running backs had no problem following him up through that hole. But I must say I get a bigger kick out of him being a fullback than I do a lineman. I like watching him play.
Crystal City calls a timeout. They need to talk it over. 8:21 to go. Crystal City, St. Pius tied at 14. We'll take a 1-minute break and return after this on KJFF. There's a long break. Under 8 minutes to go in the ball game as Demetrius Terry, his last carry, goes for about 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 5 coming up. Ball's just shy of the 25-yard line. Crystal City deep into St. Pius territory. DeFries under center. Senior quarterback takes the snap, pitches to Terry left side, looking for some room, trying to power by people. He'll bring it inside the 25-yard line. Couple of yards there for Demetrius Terry, but it is going to bring up a very critical 4th down and looks to be about a long 3 here.
What a nice job there by number 80. It looked like Paul Morlock came up from the cornerback position there and didn't bring down Demetrius Terry, but put a good hit on him and caused him to stumble a little bit there.
So here we go, 4th down. DeFries under center, Going to roll out, looking to pass, brings it near side. Ball is caught by Sullivan, breaks the tackle at the 10, and will go in for a touchdown. No flags on the play. It'll go for a touchdown pass from Ian DeFries to fullback DJ Sullivan.
The first completion of the game for Ian DeFries goes for a touchdown. About a 6 or 7 yard pass in the flat there, just a little out pattern there by DJ Sullivan. Usually everybody's trying to stay away from him. This time that's what they did, and they need to come up and tackle him. Runs over Owen Conway at the 15 and takes it in.
6:46 left. The extra point is good to give Crystal City a 21-14 lead over St. Pius. We're back in 1 minute on 1400 KJFF. The kickoff to the Lancers, and it is taken at the 23-yard line. And the ball is, you can see the helmet shot from here as someone kind of grazed the helmet of Linhart as he brought it up past the 30-yard line to the 32. It looks like it's probably going to be a face mask of some kind called against Crystal City.
Again, not a very smart play on special teams there by the Hornets. You know, it's a decent run back, but then you tack on about 15 more here, and they've got the ball close to midfield.
Yep.
Well, they're only going to call it the
5-yard
variety.
Well, it wasn't I think that's probably right because it was not a grab and pull or tug type thing.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a grazing shot.
But it did turn his head, did turn his neck. You got to be careful of that.
True. 21-14. St. Pius will start on their own 37-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Vicarella. Passes right side. Mainmangan brings it ahead across the 40, down near the 45-yard line.
Nice
pickup.
Nice grab there. The ball was thrown perfectly out in front of him. Nice hands, nice soft hands, and picks up about 7 or 8 there for the Lancers on first down.
Second down and about 2.5. Give him 8 yards on the reception. This is where Crystal City's defense has got to step up. Vicarella takes a snap, rolling to the near side now. They were lined up on the hash. Left side. Here's the catch made by Conway across the middle. Owen Conway into Crystal City territory, down to the 40. Broke some tacklers. Gets down to the 40-yard line, inside to the 39.
Nice grab there by Conway. 17-yard pickup there. I know he wants to help out here. He dropped one a little bit earlier, wants to make up for it. Nice catch and run right there. That's the way you do it.
First and 10 for St. Pius. Fake handoff. Vicarella's going to run with it, coming near side. He's hit the backfield and dropped. Matt Kemp and Bud Bingham were right there to bring him down, and Vicarella takes a loss of about 2.
Great read there by the Hornet defense. Vicarella had nowhere to go. That was a planned run, and snuffed out really quick there by Bud Bingham from his defensive end spot, and Matt Kemp right over there out of his linebacker position. They read that one beautifully.
21-14. Crystal City on top, trying to hang on. St. Pius looks at 2nd and 12 from the 40-yard line in Crystal City territory. Rolling to the right, Vicarella looking for a man, throws it, floats it down the right side, and it's incomplete, broken up. Josh Harned there to break out the pass. It was intended for the tight end, Rutger. Incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
Josh Harned hasn't got to play much at running back since the first drive of the second half, but making a name for himself there at his cornerback position.
Absolutely, he was right there and stepped up and knocked it away, nearly picked it off. Now it's 3rd and 12. Vicarella takes the snap, backs it up 5 yards, slings it to the near side, trying to set up a screen for Manmangan. He's in the backfield running for his life, now running to the right side, brought down at the line of scrimmage. Tried to cut it back in, and Jake Beeler said, He got back to the original line. That was it. Goes for only 2 yards. He ran a lot for only 2 yards. Now it's 4th and 10. And the Lancers really have no choice. They have to go for it.
And that was beautifully read there by, again, number 67, Bud Bingham. He starts to blitz the quarterback. He realizes the running back releases early, and he just follows the running back, and it made Vicarella hold the ball a lot longer than he wanted to, and that allowed the Hornets to get there quicker.
Teams are making some noise. The fans are anyway. Here's Vicarella backing up. He's going to throw it in the flat right side to North. North's going to let the halfback pass go, and it is picked off. Down the far sideline, bringing it back up the middle to the 15 is the man with the INT. Got to get it on who he is. It was Jacob Duncan who comes up with the pick.
That's his second one. That's one of those you may not want to intercept. You may just want to go ahead and knock it down because you could have the ball up here around the 35 or 40-yard line, but you're just trying to make a play, which he did. That time, Josh Harnan didn't fall for the fake. You could see it being set up that way.
Yeah, there were 3 defenders there.
Yes, they did not fall for it again. A trick play, great read by the secondary of the Hornets.
1st and 10, Crystal City on their own 15. Off the left tackle, Demetrius Terry got the carry. And not much there. St. Pius trying to force Crystal City to give the football back, and the Hornets hoping to get a first down or two to put this game away. Pick up of 3 yards by Demetrius Terry. 2nd down and 7. 3.5 minutes remaining. When we get a break, we'll send it to Craig in just a moment. So we'll wait until this drive either completes itself or the clock runs out. Terry coming up the middle, hitting the backfield. Right at the line of scrimmage by Robert North. Forward progress got him across to the 22. Just a couple of yards there for Demetrius Terry. 2-yard pickup. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Robert North hit him hard at the line of scrimmage, too.
Demetrius Terry in the second half, 12 carries for 46 yards. So the Lancers doing a pretty good job of containing him below a 4-yard average.
3rd down and 5. Crystal City bunches it up. They pitch it to Terry coming near side. Cuts it back up the middle across the 25-yard line. Brought down at the 26. He's going to be awfully close to a first down. He got it. 6-yard pickup by Demetrius Terry. The Hornets move the chains, and the clock will continue to roll. Right now at 2:43. Stopped at the moment, but now there it goes again.
One more of those, and this game will be over. And doesn't look good as number 45, P.J. Linder, comes out here. And let's hope that's just, for the Lancers' sake, that's just him getting a breather, because they need him back out there for sure.
Hornets bunch it up again, power formation. Terry up the middle has room, and he brings it across the 30-yard line down to the 32. He gets hit hard as he gets brought down, but still a pickup of about 5 for Demetrius Terry. It looks like the Hornets are trying to state their claim at hanging on for this one.
You know how dangerous Demetrius Terry is when the teams celebrate only giving up 4 or 5 yards a pop. Usually we celebrate, no gains or 1-yard gain. When you're celebrating a 4 or 5 yard pickup, then you know how dangerous he can be.
Hornets go right back to the power formation. Pitch left side, giving it to Terry. Cuts it back up the middle, and he is hit hard again at around the 37. He may have the first down after that run.
It looks like Owen Conway took another shot there.
He's coming back from foot surgery, too.
Yeah, he's limping now, and he took a shot earlier from DJ Sullivan on that touchdown pass. He got hit about the 15, and there he took a head-to-head shot there from Demetrius Terry.
It is a first down run. Minute and 20 remaining in this one. Crystal City's going to bunch it up again. Ahead 21-14. Trying to hang on for a victory against their crosstown rivals. Terry again comes near side. Escapes one man, brought down at the 40.
Yeah, barring a turnover, all the Hornets have to do really is keep running the ball here, and they will successfully run the clock out, even though Pius takes timeout here.
Timeout called, so this will give us a chance to find out how things are going at Windsor. 21-14 our score here, Crystal City on top. Greg, how are the Owls doing in their matchup with Rockwood Summit?
Give me a prediction.
Take the over.
Demetrius Terry gets the handoff, coming back from the timeout, picks up the first down, 8 yards ahead to the 48-yard line. And that will definitely, I believe, put the kibosh on this football game unless the Hornets turn it over. Hornets ahead 21-14. This one has been a war tonight. It's been a battle. And Crystal City will now take a knee or two as they have the what do you call it, Spencer? The victory formation?
Victory offense right there, victory formation.
First knee taken by Ian DeFries, clock down to 24 seconds, and they won't have to do it again. It'll be over with. Nope, St. Pius is going to call a timeout. They're going to stop the clock at 22 seconds.
You know, but you're right. This has been a beautifully played game by both teams. Again, that's what you expect from a crosstown rivalry here. And you know, what you get is, you know, there were some penalties that really hurt St. Pius. You know, they really couldn't get things going because every time they would seem like they start moving the ball, they get some kind of penalty moving back 10 or 15 yards. But they did prove that they could move the ball through the air. And Crystal City knows that if they struggle anywhere, that's where they struggle, is defending the pass, which the first half they struggled in. Second half, you know, besides the hook and ladder play, they did a pretty good job of defending the pass. You know, but they're gonna see that more often. If they make the state playoffs, they're gonna see that more often for sure.
We're back from the timeout. Crystal City lines it up again, takes the knee. This will be, you know, St. Pius is probably in a situation where, you know, they don't want moral victories, but this is certainly a moral victory for them tonight.
Well, especially with all the injuries they've had.
Sure.
And, you know, finally they get these guys back that they haven't had all at one time, and now they, you know, it's kind of disheartening though, because you can see what they could have done possibly this year if they'd have had a healthy team from day one.
Clock runs down. Final score 21-14. Crystal City wins over St. Pius.